Hey guys, what's up? It's Alex here. Today we are here with a new series. This is Dirt Rally. Now I'm sure some of you guys have seen videos on this already, and now it's my turn to do my career mode on this game. This isn't going to be a live commentary for this first rally, or for this first sort of 3 stages, but in the future, if you guys would like me to continue this series, I will be probably doing live commentary. It's up to you guys. If you want to leave a comment down below whether I should do live commentary or not on these videos, as well as whether you'd like to see this series continue, let me know in the comment section down below. And my idea is if this video can get to 300 likes, I'll do a second episode as soon as possible. So do that if you want to see a next episode of this series. Like the video, try and get it to 300 likes. And yeah, hopefully we can continue this series if you guys do like it. But anyway, we've got a 1960s Open Championship now here in Greece for the first 4 rounds of my season here. You can see my name is AlexZAfRo. I'd actually restarted my career mode because I did record a first sort of rally, but it wasn't that good, let's be honest. I wasn't too good. I crashed quite a bit, and I thought, let's restart it and actually try and do a little bit better in this rally here to make the quality of the gameplay a little bit better for you guys watching this. So here we are, we're starting off here in the Acropolis Rally, or the Greece Rally, whatever you want to call it. We're starting off here, and whilst most people have decided to start their career modes with the Mini, I decided to do something a bit different and decided to start it off with the Lancia. It's a bit more expensive, but it has got a better engine, or a bigger engine, so it should be faster in a straight line. But the fact that it is a little bit longer than the Mini, which is the other car you can buy at the start, probably will mean in the corners it's not so good, and the acceleration probably isn't as good either, but top end speed probably a little bit better, as it does have a bit more horsepower in the engine there. So I'm hoping that it'll help us out here having that extra bit of power. But not gonna lie guys, the Acropolis Rally or the Greece Rally, quite a lot of hairpins and tight twisty corners, so maybe it would have been better to go for the Mini for this particular rally. But this isn't the only rally that I take part in with this car, so hopefully maybe in the future I'll have a car a bit better suited to the rally that was actually taking place. This is Greece, and I think the other ones that are in the game are Monaco or Monte Carlo, and also Wales I think is in the game as well, or Great Britain, whatever you want to call it. That's in the game as well, so I'll probably be doing some rallies on those in the near future on this game. But you can see here, just trying my best to get through all the stages, and I'm not too sure what difficulty was. I just went whatever the sort of the standard difficulty was. That's the one I decided to use. It might even be the easiest difficulty, I'm not too sure. But I've got to say guys, this game is actually really fun. It takes quite a lot of getting used to the cars and how differently they sort of react to going around corners and that sort of stuff. So like obviously Formula 1 cars and games like Grid Autosport, lots of faster cars. And then when you go all the way back down to some of the slowest cars on the planet, maybe not on the planet, but some of the slower cars that are ever raced, and especially in rallying nowadays, there's such a modern sort of advance in car technology that cars are going through corners where you might go 30 miles an hour in here, but you might be going like 100 miles an hour in modern day rally cars. So there's definitely a big improvement, and that's probably why it looks really slow. But in all honesty guys, this car won't go much faster than what I'm doing here. Obviously I'm a bit of a novice to rallies, rally games and everything, so obviously not as good as some people out there. But I've played rally games in the past, not really with the wheel, but you can see it's just tough to get used to what gear you should be in. And I know a lot of people in the comment section of this video are going to say, why are you revving the engine up so much when going up hills? Well, basically, when you're going uphill, obviously you need more revs to actually get into a sort of a part of the rev range to actually change gear. So that's why you'll see when I go uphill, I'm actually revving it up quite a lot more. But when I'm on the flat or going downhill, I can shift up through the gears quite a lot quicker. So that's what you'll see when I'm going uphill like here. It takes a little bit more time to get the revs up so I can actually change gear. And sometimes when you change gear going uphill, it actually has the opposite effect. It actually makes you go slower, because obviously you're very low revs instead of very high revs. So yeah, that's why you'll see me generally be in the lower gear going up some of the hills here. So I know that might be a bit annoying for the ears when you hear the car revving up, but luckily it's not that bigger engine, so it doesn't really hurt your ears too much when it's revving for quite a long time. But yeah, this little Lancer here, not too bad. I mean, it's not obviously the best car in the world, but it would be quite interesting to see what my stage time was with the same sort of experience in the Mini versus the Lancer here in Greece. I'm not too sure which one would have been better. Maybe because the amount of hairpins that are in this rally. Maybe the Mini, you could say, was probably the better car to go for, but as I said, I'm hoping that the rallies that I do in the future maybe will cater a bit more towards this Lancer, and hopefully I can have better rallies in the future. Obviously, as I learn the game as well, I should get a bit better and get suited to the game here. But you can see for the first real time in the rally, or the stage so far, we're actually picking up a bit of speed here. Ooh, a little bit twitchy there. I didn't want to go off the edge of the mountain, not the mountain, probably just a cliff. But here's sort of the first major mistake I made. I had to drive through a couple of bushes there to get back onto the track, but luckily I did it. It has a like recovery vehicle sort of system where you press a button and you lose a bit of time if you recover your vehicle straight away. I think it's less time if you recover your vehicle afterwards, but obviously you want to recover your vehicle as fast as possible. But there we are across the sector time, last sector time, the finish line, whatever you want to call it, I don't know, but across there, and we're exactly 40 seconds, but some numbers after it. We're 40 seconds behind the leader, which is on average they're 10 seconds per sector, which if you only watch Formula 1, you'll be like, what? 40 seconds over one little sort of event and 10 seconds per sector, that's like crazy. But you got to realise rallying is a completely different world to like Formula 1 and all that sort of stuff. It is just completely different, and the time spread between the first and the last car is much more in comparison to what it would be in obviously Formula 1. You see, from first attempt in Formula 1 it could be like 1 minute over a sort of whole race, but in rallying you can lose a minute in a stage. So big difference, especially if you've got really differently skilled drivers. Obviously I think I'm on the lowest difficulty here, or whatever the standard difficulty is that it puts on the game for you. I didn't change any difficulty settings or anything. I did actually change some of the assist settings, which mean I should get a little bit more per race. I think they had something like the braking assist all on, so I turned that all off. I did actually, I can't remember what I put on. Was it traction control I put on? I can't remember now. I put it on like medium or low or whatever. I just wanted to have that on there, but maybe it might be best to take that off, because obviously when you're rallying you really want to have full control over the car if you can. So maybe disable all the assists would actually help me out in this, and maybe assists have the negative effect in rallying, because it means that it's actually holding you back instead of actually trying to help you. But I can't remember what it was that I turned pretty much everything off except one thing, but I can't remember what that one thing was. If I remember, I'll tell you guys. But anyway, stage number 2 here, as you can see, it is a different stage. Not all the stages are the same. So I'm sure some people might have thought that, but no, they are all different. I think they do normally have like a forward and a reverse version of each stage as well, so you'll do 2 stages twice, if that makes any sense. Once in the forward way and the next time in the reverse way. So it's sort of 4 different stages in the end, really, because you see the whole thing from a different perspective. And obviously sometimes you're going uphill, then you do it in reverse, you're going downhill, so you have the sort of extra speed in that way. But yeah, you can see here through this first sector I'm going to be about 7 seconds, 8 seconds down. 9 seconds. Okay, I've got it wrong. 9 seconds down in that first sector split there, down on the leader. So as I said, there's so much of a bigger gap between the first person and the last person in rally. So just don't really worry about the big times you'll see each sector that I'm losing. Obviously if I get better at the game I will be a bit closer to the leaders and all that, and obviously that's what I hope. But just don't expect that straight away, because I'm still getting used to rally games. And I've got to say, this is actually a really good time for this game to launch, because it gives me about a month for this game, and then I'll be heading over to obviously F1 2015 at the start of June, is it? I think so. 12th of June I think is what they're saying as a official release date for F1 2015. I kept thinking it was July, but it is June that F1 2015 launches, which is good. Looking forward to that. Obviously in the summertime though, you want to be outside and having fun in the sun and everything, not stuck inside playing F1. Obviously I'll try and do both, but F1 obviously big passion of mine, so I'm really looking forward to that game, obviously with a new engine and everything. For people are sort of asking and wondering, I will actually be getting the game on PC and PS4, and if I get an Xbox One I'll obviously get it on there as well, but at the moment I don't have an Xbox One, and I just don't know, it's quite a lot of money to fork out on a console which is incredibly similar to the PS4, which I still don't use that often in the first place. So it could be like just chucking 300 quid down the toilet. But yeah, probably won't be getting an Xbox One anytime soon. And for anyone wondering about this game, well, at the moment it is a PC exclusive, and my friend Will, you might have seen some of his streams, and he used to do YouTube videos as well, and obviously I'm doing the Volkswagen F1 career mode with him. He's saying, or he said that they will be at some point releasing it on consoles, but at the moment it is a PC exclusive. So maybe sometime in the future, maybe a couple of months, maybe even half a year down the line, we might see it go onto the consoles. I hope it does, you know, go to the consoles, because they are missing out on a lot of an audience. But if this game is sort of aimed at more realistic, oh god, there's our first proper crash. If this game is, as you can see, there's the penalty system I was talking about there. But if this game is sort of aimed towards the more serious rally market, then I'm not too sure how many people on the consoles have a wheel which would work well with this game. I'm not too sure. I think PC is probably the best for this game to be on at the moment, but I'm 100% sure there's people out there watching this video that don't have a PC and still want to play this game, because it does look very good, and it looks a bit more serious and stuff than the previous Dirt games, which were just like incredibly like drifty and, I don't know, a bit overboard. I thought. I just didn't think they're a bit. I think they were a bit too arcadey, which took a bit of the fun out of it. I think Dirt 1 was an incredible game. Dirt 2 I never played, but my friend did, saying it really wasn't that much of an improvement over 1. And I thought Dirt 3 was pretty good. I played quite a bit of that, but still it wasn't really perfect for me. I still enjoyed Richard Burns' Rally. That game still to this day is possibly the best rally game out there. I've got it for PC actually. I think you guys might have seen a video on my channel probably over a year ago now. I did a video on that, and it's an incredible game, very realistic and very tough, but once you get used to it, it's an incredible amount of fun. And also the Colin McRae sort of series, the Colin McRae 3 and 4 I think were the ones I played the most. 3 I think was my favourite rally game of all time, but there was also an official rally game like WRC 3, wasn't it? WRC 4. So there were so many different rally games about 10 years ago, and unfortunately there's been quite a bit of a lack of them recently. I think it's because WRC and rallying on TV wasn't really a hit, was it? Not many people really watched it. And more recently, obviously, with Volkswagen now, Hyundai, Citroen, what's the other one? I can't remember now. Well, there's at least 3 big manufacturers in there. Ford as well, but not really a manufacturer effort. So quite a lot of big car companies are involved in rallying there. So I really do think in recent years rallying has gone back to how it was. Very, very good. Quite competitive. I still think Volkswagen has the edge, and Sebastian Ogier is an incredible driver. Probably the best rally driver since Loeb retired. But yeah, I've got to say rallying is starting to get back where it was 10 years ago, which is when I mainly watched it. I tried to catch every rally. I think it used to be on ITV. I don't know whether anyone remembers that. You think it used to be on ITV, and I used to try and watch it on there, but now it's obviously on Motors TV, I think, and some highlights on ITV and is it BT Sport? I'm not too sure, but I think the fact that it's not really on mainstream TV anymore, is, you know, live, is kind of tough to keep up to date with it. But I do try and keep up to date with, you know, the tweets and everything, and also trying to check out their website and everything if it's available. So I do try and keep up to date with WRC. Obviously I've got a Volkswagen car myself, and I've always been a fan of Volkswagen cars, so I do support the Volkswagen team. Ogier, Latvala and Mikkelsen, I think, is their other driver. I do support the whole team, obviously hoping they'll win, and it's kind of nice to see them winning. The thing is about me, I don't really support many sort of teams or drivers in any sport where they're particularly successful, so I suppose it's nice to have at least one series that I watch that actually, you know, I get to see my favourite team winning and everything, so I suppose that's quite good at the end of the day. And nice to see Volkswagen pretty much dominating the sport at the moment, for me at least. I'm sure you guys would rather see different winners week in, week out. But anyway guys, I got a bit distracted there and started talking about Volkswagen and rallying and everything. Let's get back to this rally. This is the 3rd stage of 4, so the penultimate stage here, and this has got to be a good stage to try and keep in that top 5 contention in this. And I'm aiming for a top 5 in the championship. It's a mini championship, I think, so I'm aiming for a top 5 in that, and a good result here, a strong result to the season, a strong start to the season would really help me out here. You can see through this first sector here, I didn't do too badly, did I? I mean, I lost 5 seconds to the leader, yes, but I've been losing, you know, about twice that in some of the, or one of the 2 stages so far. I've been losing that sort of time in sort of double that sort of time. So quite an impressive first sector there from me. I was pretty happy with that. And I think this is the reverse of the one we just did. So I sort of have a bit of experience on it back to back, which should mean that I'm a bit faster through this stage. Obviously getting a bit sideways there, and now just trying to make sure at this point don't crash. That's the main point. And one thing I've really found useful is that obviously when I played rally games when I was younger, I didn't really listen to the pace notes because I played the game so much I just pretty much knew every rally. Bit sad, but yeah, I pretty much knew every rally. And I think there was also an option in older rally games to have like the mini map which showed you where the track was going in the bottom left or right hand corner. I'm not too sure which, but there was an option for that in previous rally games, I think. So I normally looked at that, but this one doesn't have it, so I really have to sort of listen to the pace notes, which is something that I've been getting used to, and I sort of understand it now. So obviously left and right is which way the next turn is going, and I think he goes between like 4 and 6, or is it, no, I think it's 1 and 6. He goes like 1 left or whatever, and 1 means like the tightest corner possible, and I think 6 means the less tight corner, if that makes any sense. So if he goes 1 left, that's a really tight left. He goes 6 left, it means quite an easy left. It's pretty much a straight line, if that makes any sense. And also 130, I think, is how many meters that corner is. I'm not too sure. Like if it goes on for a bit of time, I think that's what the 60 or whatever means. But it could not be that. It might be something else, maybe like an estimated speed. But I'm pretty sure it's how long the corner is, or how long it is to that corner, or something like that. You guys can let me know in the comment section down below. I'm sure some of you guys are much more knowledgeable about rally games than me, and just rally in general. So let me know in the comment section down below about that. Yeah, I'm looking forward to oh. That was a silly mistake there. This rally was going so well. It started off, that first sector, I was doing really well. Maybe the closest I'd ever been to the leaders. And I think after I made that first mistake, it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. And I just kept making loads of mistakes, which was kind of annoying, but you learn from it, and you got to listen to those pace notes even if you are a bit frustrated after making a mistake. And that's what I've learned after obviously recording this. I've learned just to stay patient and don't get angry when you make a small mistake. You can see nearly a minute now behind, with still 1 sector split to go here. Now, one thing I do want to ask you guys to leave in the comment section down below, if you are watching to this point, how do you want me to edit these videos? Because obviously 4 stages per video, I think it's going to be about the average, unless I can do some heavy editing. What would you guys like me to do? Would you like me to cut it up the stages to just show the important bits, like the crashes, the sideways stuff, and the bits where I'm going fast? Oh, do we get it back in the right direction? We pretty much got that alright, didn't we? We got back in the right direction. Probably only lost a couple of seconds there, but probably did get a bit of damage. But anyway, what I was saying about editing, what would you guys like to see? Would you like me to sort of heavily edit this series so that you just get to see the highlights of the stages, or would you like me to just do this live commentary? Obviously I know this isn't live commentary, but would you just like to see live commentary, 25-minute odd videos, just raw gameplay, no editing really at all? Would you rather see that, or the heavily edited videos with post commentary like you're seeing here? Let me know in the comment section down below. That is the main thing I'd like you guys to put in the comment section, is how you want to see this video series edited, whether it's lots of editing or pretty much no editing, because then I can decide how this series is going for the future, and hopefully it's going to be a successful series, because I do really enjoy this game. It's quite similar to Grid Autosport in a way, I suppose. The way I enjoy it, I do enjoy it quite a bit, but there are a couple of things which are a little bit annoying, which I'll talk about in future videos. But hopefully those little things don't annoy me enough to stop playing it, because this is a really good game, and it's only in beta or pre-access at the moment. So I've got to say, guys, this game is definitely worth looking at, and especially at the moment it's only £25 on Steam. And I think it's definitely worth picking up, especially if you guys are into rally and have just seen this. And just make sure that your PC can run it. I think if you go on canyourunnit.com or something like that, just type in "can you run it PC" or something, and you'll find a website where you can sort of find out whether your PC is good enough to run certain games. Pretty much all new games out there. I'm not too sure that this will be on there, but just double check. And yeah, if it can, definitely go and have a look at it. Even if you have to run it on like low settings, I'm sure this game is more than worth it, just because it is a lot of fun. But if you've got a controller and still thinking about this, my friend just, you know, got the controller and he tried it with the controller and said not too good at with the controller at the moment. So maybe avoid the controller or playing with the controller if you can. And yeah, I'd just say definitely go and check it out, guys. I mean, or at least watch a few more videos on it on everyone's channels to see what you think. And if there's anyone that's got to a part in the career mode where they're driving the fast cars, see at that point whether you enjoy it, because obviously it's a progression. You start off with the slowest cars. I guess you guys have picked that up already, but obviously this is the slowest, or maybe the second slowest car in the game. So yeah, you've got to make, you know, the progression through the series to get to the top, but you'll have fun along the way, and it'll be challenging, which I think maybe the Formula 1 games have slightly lacked in the previous years. I mean, as there isn't any AI to race against, ooh, nearly going off the road there, but luckily just staying on. But I think the Formula 1 games of recent years have maybe lacked a bit of that AI aggression, and I know this doesn't have AI in it, but the AI are really good in this game, which is a bit of a problem if you're a bit new to these sort of games. And I really don't know if anyone's actually playing this game on like the highest difficulty at the moment, because it's incredibly hard even on this difficulty, which I think is the lowest. Anyway, you can see here green sector going up there, but it's just going to turn to red here. But we go through the second sector split there, and look at that, that's our first ever green sector there of my whole career mode. I've never got a green sector before, which means I've been faster than the leader, or I've caught up to the leader on that particular part of the course, which is incredibly good. I mean, we're only 4 seconds behind him at that point, and if we can keep closing him up, could we possibly take a stage win? I mean, maybe not. Maybe not doing stuff like that, we won't. That definitely cost us a good 2 or 3 seconds there by just running a bit too late on the brakes and nearly running off the road. But luckily we didn't run off the road, because that would have been a big penalty, and that means we definitely wouldn't have a good chance at good points here. Or nearly going off once again here. This car, I don't know why, the brakes just seemed a bit spongy and they didn't really work a huge amount. I bring a brake late, you can hear the brakes squealing here. Shift it down to first gear, but I don't know why the car just didn't like braking sometimes here, and a lot of hairpins, meaning a lot of braking. Oh no, once again making a slight mistake and losing more and more time here. We're going to see through this third sector here. It looks like we have lost time in this third sector. What's the time going to be across here? 6 seconds, so about 2 seconds slower here. Well, we go for a roll, but we luckily get it back on 4 wheels and get us back in the right direction. That probably lost us about 4 or 5 seconds there. We'll see in the sector split here, but it's really annoying. I mean, if I had driven this stage well throughout, if I hadn't made that slight mistake where I ran wide on 2 occasions, nearly ran off the whole road, and that obviously barrel roll there, I honestly feel I could have challenged for the stage win here. I seem to be doing quite well. I mean, obviously, if I hadn't done that, I would be doing well, but I did do that, which means I'm not doing well. So now I've just got to focus on getting to the end of this rally here. This obviously is the last stage of the rally, so making sure I don't bin it now, because there is still a good battle on here for good points here. Heading up to the finish line here. There we are. I think it was that 15 seconds we ended up behind there. We'll see when we go past this slow motion. Yeah, 15 seconds there behind the leader in the end there, so that actually ended up costing us maybe about 10 seconds there. Oh look, we get 3rd place on the road, which is really good there. A Lancia won, and at this point I was like, who retired? I actually don't know. Guys, can you let me know in the comment section down below who retired on that last rally, or that last part there, to put me up to 3rd place. So I was 4th place to the majority, and I moved up to 3rd place in that last stage right there, which I suppose is good. 15 points on the board and in the top 3 of the championship. Let's try and continue that in the next video, guys. So remember, guys, leave a like on the video and try and get to 300 likes, and then I'll post the next episode as soon as possible. Anyway, guys, thanks again for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. I'll see you next time for more Dirt Rally. Goodbye.